Viewer group 11 is struggling together. It's because they don't have any... Well, they just started. There was only 3 people in there, Fanny. You can't say they're struggling yet. It's too early. I mean, if they survive, of course. We'll see. Anyway. I don't see people writing there.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, how did everybody get messed up?
We will win this war.
Why did it change everybody around like that? It's not supposed to do that.
I stand ready.
You call.
Messing with me. Okay, and buffs are good. Now they are. Okay, so we're back in Threshold after stuff happened outside. Not that. Oh yeah, Threshold is falling apart because we did stuff. Hey, bug boy.
We meet again, mortal. I intruded into the sanctum of your allies, and then you intruded into my home and temple. But at last, we stand face to face in Threshold on neutral ground. In Iz, you struck down my creator and master Daskari, but if that makes you dismissive of his echo, if you think I do not pose a threat, then you are greatly mistaken.
Where is Daskari? Is he too afraid to fight me personally?
Master is in the abyss, in his realm. No, he does not wish to meet with you yet. A demon lord cannot afford 2 deaths in succession. It will kill them permanently.
Bok, chicken boy. I hope you don't try to run from me this time. You owe me a great deal, Echo, and I intend to collect that debt right now.
So many words. I prefer pleas and screams. And believe me, I will make you scream.
Please shut up.
He lost to you. He lost. The great Daskari himself lost to a mortal. So what happens if I succeed where the great lord failed? If an echo destroys the one its originator could not defeat, who would that make me? What would it prove? I'll risk my life to know. You are not just my enemy, you are my chance. A chance I won't miss.
Angel team is here. Sorry, angel friends. No more tricks, Echo. Today you will meet your end. Time has come to pay for all the evil you've committed, Echo. I'm delighted that I've lived long enough to witness this moment. Angel Strike Force? I just call them Angel Friends. Quarry him. An enemy? Not yet. Veronica. Now we have to go through this process again. Baron. You seem like you're missing a buff there. Fire. Yeah. That. Death from above. No death from above. Right. their bop. Work of Justice in. Take more damage from us. Barely wounded. How about we do a little... Oh, we did activate that more often than I do. That's gonna be it, isn't it? But I can't give you any ill radiance. I'm not using it. We need a bit of haste. Just to make sure. Version or level 10. We'll do level 5. I don't think he's gonna last that long. And of course that didn't hit Veronica, which I thought it was going to. Oh well. Oh, maybe it did.
We can do it!
Hey, Darren. Bugs. Bugs for the bug. I only got 4 of them. Yep, bugs for the bug. It's only fitting. Death from above. Doesn't seem like he got all his attacks in there. Oh, she's lost her mind for some reason. Aw. Oh, look, he's dead. Good swims.
Into the fray!
What echo? Unidentified scythe. Oh, brilliant energy scythe +5. We don't have anybody doing that. So Leandra lost her mind there. So, angel friends, how'd you guys do? I think you did okay. It definitely make the fights easier because there's just so many of them. It's not that they're great. It's just they're just there. They're cannon fodder. Our victory is near. I can feel it. We are inside the Threshold Fortress. Can you believe it? Not long ago, this would have been impossible. This terrible war is finally at an end. My heart is full of hope and pride. Oh, my bones ache. I must be about to rain. That's an old paladin joke. I don't know. I don't see how that's a paladin joke, but okay. Come on, swarms, go away. Oh no, they're gonna last forever. Well, 20 rounds, a couple of minutes. Anyway. Angel friends. Doing their job. Being a distraction. Oh, I do believe this is it. We'll save our real save. So, just so everybody knows, this is the final fight coming up. And because I don't like saving, resaving, all this other fun stuff, if we don't win the fight the first attempt, I go in the second attempt, we set the game difficulties to story mode, and we win that way. Just because I don't feel like doing the fight over and over again. Because there's so many things that can go right and go wrong. So, you've been warned. If you think I'm save scumming, yes. Save scumming and changing difficulty, because I've done this fight. This is not the first time I've done this fight. And it's just, it's bullshit.
It was here that I conducted the ritual, sewing my soul and the essence of the abyss together, feeling the world change around me as every stitch brought Galarian closer to the abyss. And it was here that even though you have no memory of it, I did the same to your soul.
Thank you.
A researcher
You are
must
welcome.
not have any personal
Now,
feelings for
go
the
kill
subjects
something.
of their experiments. And yet, I find myself unable to remain completely detached from the world wound. I created it. I allowed it to be. It holds a place in my heart, even if I'm slowly paying for it with my life. A researcher must be particularly resilient in the face of mistakes, incorrect hypotheses, and failed experiments. You are my failed experiment. I think I'll feel some regret for ending your current life, but you can rest assured that such sentiments will not stop me.
So, you've done all this just to save your child.
Yes. And no. Even if I could have brought back my son, I wouldn't have stopped at that. I wouldn't have been satisfied. Not after what I'd gone through. Not after the things I'd learned. I wanted to become stronger. And I wished the same for my child. I didn't want to be afraid of anything. It wasn't the dogs of Threshold, or even Sarkoris itself, that threatened us. It was the laws of a world governed by death, weakness, and separation. That is why I needed the power of the Nehindrian crystals. I did not wish to merely stave off the agony of the wound. I wanted to tear my son from the grasp of everything that makes us weak and mortal. You have seen a goddess. You have been face to face with demon lords. Were you awed by their greatness? Do you enjoy living in a world where your entire life cycle has been predetermined? Where everything, from your birth to what will happen to your soul after you die, has been decided for you? Or do you find, now that you have experienced the mythic power coursing through your blood, that you prefer to live in a world that you can change? A world that offers you a chance to be anything you want.
You justify your actions, but I understand them. I am content with my life as immortal. This power is a burden for me, not a reward. Oh yes, the power is magnificent. I would choose no other fate. I enjoy having power, but only because it allows me to make the world a better place.
I also want to make the world a better place. But not for everyone. Only for the one person I care about.
Gives you a small smile. Herself. Why'd you call me your failed experiment?
When I poured what was left of my son's soul into your soul, I was expecting it to bring him back. They say death and the judgment of Pharasma purges the soul of everything it once was in life. But this cannot be true. I have researched this subject meticulously and have collected enough evidence to prove that supernatural beings born from mortal souls can recall their past. Sometimes partially, sometimes fully. I watched you day and night waiting for it to happen. For your memory to awaken or or your instincts at least, for anything familiar, something I could immediately recognize. I tested you. I asked you questions and... nothing. Nothing.
Humors are ruins to your son's soul of mine, so why do you want to harm me?
If a hypothesis is proven wrong, it needs to be rejected. But the research process does not stop there. That is all I can tell you right now.
Hey, zombie, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. You've been carrying the wound in your soul for a long time. Does that mean you will die soon?
It will kill me eventually. But I still have some time left. Years. Or decades, perhaps. But it doesn't matter. One of us will die today.
What will happen if one of us steps into the wound?
The tearing of the soul, followed by a cruel and terrible death. But it will likely be quick.
I have no more questions.
And it's finally time to end all this.
We may be killing ourselves, but we can find a way to solve this without bloodshed.
Asking me to stop is like asking a river not to flow. Or a volcano not to erupt.
Not all volcanoes end up erupting anymore, you know.
Death is not the end. I've spent 100 years trying to prove it, and I will not stop now. This experiment was unsuccessful, but that just means I need to adjust the initial conditions and try again. I am still alive. I still have time. You, the current you, will have to die. But only to surrender the soul you share with my son. I will start over. This time I will do everything differently. I will work with even greater precision. I will turn the world upside down if I must. I promise.
And so, oh, she popped right there. Okay, so. Instant enemy. Ranger spawned for the group. Corey. Actually, oops. We need a haste. Level 10 would be fine. That Flourish's not going to work on her. Devil's already a thing. Heal mass, fire body. Oh, wait a minute, he's got bugs. Right? Bugs. I don't know which is the best for her anyway. Nothing. Nothing is best against her. Spell magic though. So, single target. Oh, nice dispels and all that stuff. So echolocation, bark skin, foresight, mind blank, and unholy aura. So that'll help a little bit. Get him bug, or get her bugs. Hey, Veronica. Still need lots of burn. And best chance I hit her is touch attacks, so that means Ice Blast. No, not Ice Blast. It's just Cold Blast. Ice Blast is composite, but it's It's a regular attack, it's not a touch attack. Cold Blast, though. And fails to overcome spell resistance. How bad is that? That is only 35. So you should do 11 or better on that roll. There's a decent chance. Break. Death from above. Gimpy. Spirit Guardians or Astral? I thought you got Spirit Guardians. There they are. Three Spirit Guardians for 1 minute. Astral Divas. This is 4 Divas. Pretty sure that this is the higher level one. This would actually get looking to a certain direction. All enemies in the 50 feet must pass will saving throws, suffer ability damage or intelligence, stuff such that become confused. It's someone with a greater dispel. We just used it. Have that too. Here, Guardians. Those are as good as the Divas, but I guess we'll find out. EP does damage to the Spirit Paladin? What? Skippy's Halo that's doing that. I already have that. Holy Whisper. Which 7th third becomes sickened for 1 round. Evil outsiders will see level down. Bomb, dead, take damage. I think your first Sorcerer's Reflex, I forget. No, Spellcaster's Onslaught. So, we want her to cast a spell. What spell do we want her to cast? Eagle Soul. Sacred Nimbus. Strike any with that unarmed strike, snatch your weapons or hand open. Sure. Happy Wednesday to Bob. Ow. That's ridiculous. Veronica's down. That was ridiculous. That's in vitals. And she teleported away, didn't she? No, she's right there. Can't see her. Darren. You or Darren doesn't have bring back the dead type stuff, does he? Let's heal it. Wonderful Rapture. These are freed from motion effects as well as cures downgrade stuff. Doesn't help you here. Better. Get her bugs. Needs a 12 rolls to 1. That's the way it works.
Strike with all your might.
The Olbrig's on the ground for whatever reason. Sword of Heaven is not working. Right? How do we know? Less weapon. No, it is on. Miss. Oops. Button. Army of Heaven. All allies in 13. Combined effects. Stuff. We should already have all that stuff on. Avenger's Blessing, all this other fun stuff. Haste. She's missing some stuff there, it looks like. Oh, she got sun marked. She's good. Got Dora, Implication. No, she's fine. Wrath of the Righteous? That's not gonna do too much there, I'm guessing. Where's the glory? Of Justice. Needs more damage. 200 points of damage and it barely touches her. You gotta love that. Because she's got 1,600 hit points. I hate this fight. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. 1,600 hit points. Hey, Rain, welcome back. Just in time to listen to me whine and bitch about this fight. Merry Christmas. Close. It's Christmas Eve here still. Start already? That's the first time I've said anything. It's the first time I've said anything. Did we mark her yet? I don't think we did. I don't think I marked her. No, she's not marked. Bob. Chance of Bob tripping her. Slim to none. Probably impossible. Bismuth. Keep area. Sorry, a room safe, maybe. Whatever. See? The BS. Saving throws. What's a saving throw?
Make your peace.
Hey, Darren. Darren heals or Gimpy heals? We should have Darren heal. Actually, we'll have Gimpy do the heal. I think Gimpy will do the heal. Gimpy's got one mass heal, so he'll do that one this turn. Darren needs to do the dispels. And failure all the way around because he rolled a crappy roll, I'm guessing. He needs to roll a 14, he rolled an 8. So, crappy roll.
We can do it!
The tentacles? Is that too many tentacles? Oh, it's a healing burst. So healing burst is heal half as much as damage as normal. Kinetic healer. Healer. Bad roll there. These are dexterity stuff. So, doesn't need to do quicken anymore. That allows us to do some more healing too, better her. Ulbrich, stand up. I'm down to one Spirit Guardian. Who can't do anything. Can't be. He's supposed to be doing the healing. Here, miss her. Told you. Yeah, for some reason, Gimpy's Halo damages the Spirit Paladin. Stupid, but there's literally no summon at this stage of the game that can touch any of the bosses. Well, the bugs were doing something, but they're gone. No, they don't roll versus AC. That's why they're useful. And we're not going to touch her outside of a 20. At least Sela's not. 61.
Into the fray!
Or Bob. Even Bob can't roll a 20. We won't talk about how she gets to cast at least 2 spells every turn, no matter what. I want to know how they do that. Has 2 spells per turn isn't too difficult. Even I can do it with Quicken and stuff, but she seems to have an unlimited source of it. And I need special items to do it. Well, it's meta magic, but even that, it's stupid. The unlimited slots, yeah, we don't talk about those, but we do. His job is to be dispelling. And all the fails again. The first time he cast a spell, he stripped a bunch off of her. And of course, she needed a 30 or a 14, and she rolled a 13. And that's why we don't do this fight. We don't. We're just waiting for this fight to lose. In all honesty, we're just waiting for it to lose. Okay, it's not. Whatever. So tabletop, you need to be assaulting a high level wizard caster. Okay, caster, don't do that without a prep. They'd probably come with a whole bandolier of quicken rods. She turned him into a friggin' dog. He's a shifter, but she had to have. That's why he's a dog. I don't think Gimpy has the spell, does he? Oh, he has one. But this doesn't work. I bet we get a really crappy roll. Okay, so we got some stuff. And now she's uninjured because we did enough damage to trigger her second body. But it doesn't matter. She's on body number 2, which means, guess what? Everything's back. This is why this fight is so friggin' stupid. When you one step forward, 2 steps back. So that's just a stupid fight. It really is. Why you bring? We have more than one dispel. Gimpy just doesn't have it. And we have to mark her again. Oh no, we didn't. Did we mark her before? She does have the mark of justice still. So close. He's by far my best dispeller. Yeah, but he does only has one of them. Because he's also my best damage dealer, too. See the problem? Oh look, she knocked Darren over.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, look at Rude go. Almost decent rolls. Let's see. Maximize. Quicken. That's level 9. Oh, it's only level 6 and below. Ugh. I've got a greater. So I'll use this one. So we can do heal mass. And try to spell. And fail because need a 14, roll a 7. She can hit on a 9. Of course she can hit on a 9.
We won't falter.
Ah, lucky Veronica. 200 damage. And still only injured though, because too many hit points. Alright, can you shapeshift? Well, son of a bitch. Guess polymorph doesn't mean squat to him. First. Dismiss. Oh, it's got the greater quicken, so. Eye of the Sun. 12 damage per caster level. Half is damage fire, half is holy, 6 is not 1d6. Sure, let's see what this does. Only 130. Greater quicken magic man. Quicken spell feat. Why is this not on? It didn't trigger. It shouldn't trigger. I did toggle it. It wasn't on before. I broke it. Plus these spells are missing too. I haven't cast all these spells. I only used one of these. These are all used, but those are still up. But they're not letting me cast them. No actions left. Because I did the sun, I did the quick and that's why. Because I did use this. Oh well, next turn. Should be a broad spiral. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, I used my swift action, so my fault. Hey, Siva.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Oh, look at that. Lucky hit. Still uninjured, though. Barely injured. Get her, Bob. Going after Bismuth for some reason. Don't know why.
Desna, guide my hand.
Go good. Not done yet.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
Dragon. I can see you, Suture. Show yourself.
waiting for you to get distracted so I can stab you in the back.
Stop listening to me. You called me a failed experiment. What if you're wrong?
I would be overjoyed to discover that I am wrong. I tried to hope, even though there was no hope left. But wait, why do you care? Why are you trying to change my mind?
To know I want to follow the truth no matter where it leads. I generally don't want to fight you. I feel sorry for you. I am myself. I'm my own person, not your resurrected child, yet I still feel a connection to you. I don't care. I just want to see how you react. Follow the truth no matter where it leads.
That thirst for truth and knowledge, that is so familiar. But what makes you think I will listen to your arguments? I have gone too far to turn back. I must walk the path I have chosen.
I know you're not as mad or as fixated on your goal as you'd like others to believe, or, for that matter, as you'd like to believe. I know that you care for the Suture. Your ridiculous minion means something to you. You were concerned about him. If you made up your mind not to listen to me, then there's nothing I can say that will convince you. Suture.
Says you.
Hey, bag of water. It is time to take a break.
Not yet.
Go stretch your legs. Your next break is in 1 hour.
You think I'm wrong about you? Why? We are not talking about numbers, equations, and magical reactions. This is about the soul, about whether or not you have what I lost.
Remember when you sent the Suture to give me the crossbow loaded with the midnight blah blah blah? I knew nothing of your plans, yet I already felt instinctively that the weapon was meant to be mine. You came to me disguised as Yaniel and asked me difficult questions, but I know that I answered them correctly the way you had hoped. Stuff.
Yes, I remember. I wanted to check, to see for certain if it would awaken your instincts. I was so full of hope that day.
Came to me disguised as Yaniel and asked me difficult blah blah blah.
Yes, I was disguised as Yaniel. This was our first conversation face to face. I was desperate. I needed to know who you were, to understand what you were. I wanted to find out if there was anything about you I recognized.
In Nocticulus Palace, you offered me power, but I was more interested in discovering the truth.
You hungered for knowledge. You desired the truth more than anything else.
As you were talking, something changes almost imperceptibly in Erilu's gaze and posture. She listens to you more attentively, sometimes with a slight frown, and at other times with an expression that could almost be mistaken for curiosity. I've reached the heights of my mythic power. I'm a living embodiment of your plans and aspirations. If you made up your mind not to listen to me, then there's nothing I can say that will convince you. This one.
You did not merely accept the power that was given to you. You mastered it. You passed every trial. I am so proud of you. It's true.
You made up your mind. I can say there's nothing I can say to convince her. More dragon stuff. I'm done with the conversation. Okay. She gives you a grim, lifeless smile and says nothing.
My lady, I will fight for you.
Suture looks at you with an expression of grim resolve.
I'm not going to flee for my life. You need me to seal the wound, don't you? You think you've won? No. We have both lost.
Let's have some fun.
This fun fight where there's multiples of her now. And Suture.
Strike with all your might.
Why is that not shooting him though? It's weird how they let you go through part of that conversation even if you didn't fully complete all the prereqs and thus can't possibly finish the dialogue either. Right. It's kind of a waste of time. What's a Suture? Oh, he's something that takes 452 points of damage.
I will practice my combat abilities.
charge. Care about the waste of time. It's just jarring. It's still a waste of time, though. Anyway, it looks like the conversation's going somewhere, and all of a sudden you're done. That's why it's a waste of time.
Into the fray! Ah!
Go that way. No. No. I'm gonna turn that off, otherwise she burns too much. It's already on. It's a waste of time, but I don't really care about that part when the boss already wasted my time.
Forwards!
What I want to know is why she's not doing a full charge here. Why is she not doing her attack? She should be. Or is that half? It's probably after. Flaming copy, so... Now, where is she? Don't know, do we? And, of course, you know, they're all buffed to hell, so... Fire on fire. Oh, isn't she invisible somewhere around here? We have to, like, accidentally run into her. It's overcomes. Saving throw succeeded. So yeah, freaking stupid. Just gotta break her images. Yeah, well. Can't break the images if you can't hit them. Because, you know, saving throws are so easy to roll. When you've got a 54 modifier. They should work, though. They're still going to make their saves, but are they? Maybe a little bit. How many hit points do they have each? Still 1,500 each. Injured. Bismuth, just stay back here and hopefully not die. Yeah, this is fair. Totally fair. Oh, she can't use that because she's not holding ingredients. Okay, then. We'll mark you. It swings. Okay, just a second. Miss Gimpy is talking to me. Just be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, this is Veronica's turn. Where is she? She's in there. Oh, look, they're coming closer. So, oh, she's got the stupid things tangled up. Oh, everybody's tangled in those. Wonderful.
Strike with all your might.
Yeah, missed. Bob. Darren. We need a heal, Darren. He can... I think he's got free action. No, he's got his little... whatever it's called. Wins the vengeance or whatever it is. Allows him to do that. Gimpy. Wrath of the Righteous. Your cast level with saving throw is successful. It's still dealt 26. Sure. A nice 346. Somebody did make their saving throw. Oh, look, we can do another one. There she is. You can't see her yet because she's not really there yet. And can't move. Bob's down, bitch. And he can't do death from above because of the vine things. Turn that on. Sela can move, though. Sort of. Oh, shit. Aru's down. That's bad. So Bob's down, Aru's down, Bismuth is down. That's bad for her to be dead. Just saying.
No glory without risk. We can do it.
Needs a 12, rolls an 11. Darren. Explosion. Nothing help, does it? Mass. I thought we had Resurrection. Or is that a level 7 spell? It's level 7. Oh, look, she's right there. How convenient. And she's back to health. She just has no real buffs on, right? Actually, you can use the regular quicken. Oh, she's already healed. Don't need to do that. Dang. Oh, I like how she got herself with these roots or whatever they're supposed to be. Army of Heaven. Everybody's got that already. Well, up there, level 9, 8. Oh, look, Storm of Justice. Didn't seem to hit her. Or is it there that taking the damage for her? We should do another one. This one's down. Oh, look, that one's still up. No? Not gonna let me do it? 2 spells too many? Okay. Again, I like how she's hurting herself. Gimpy is going the wrong way. Why is Gimpy running away? Oh, she pushed him back with that stupid water spell. Yeah, tsunami. Can't death rebuff her, but can death rebuff them. So, charge, no charge. Regular attacks, sure. Bad rolls. Only have 1 mark left.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Good rolls. Espresso. So Veronica's down. Espresso's almost down. Again. She has no buffs now. All she can do. Oh, this is awesome. He doesn't have a mass heal anymore, does he? He already used it. Shoot. Summer Justice it is, then. Greater maximize. Greater quicken. Can we do it again? We can do it again.
You are stronger than I could have anticipated. As your creator, I should be proud to be defeated by the one I have imbued with power. Is there any higher praise? But I'm tired. You won't hear me pleading. Let us finish this experiment here and now.
Dragon, swarm. No angel stuff? It's over. Now you will die. Giving your life to help heal the world wound that you created. Do you have any last words? I'm gonna sacrifice you here. I should, though. I'm not going to sacrifice. I'll be the good guy.
Then what are you going to do? Sacrifice your own life to seal the wound?
Oh, there's an angel choice.
Just turn around and leave?
Good. Angel, this is what I've been striving for all this time, and I won't turn back. May the wound take my life, and may the world I leave behind have peace once more. You walk forward, and the light within you that has long been dormant grows brighter, illuminating everything around you. You hear a chorus of angelic voices welcoming your feet. And with this light, this chorus, this hymn to courage and honor, you face your greatest and your last enemy, the world wound. One day has passed. That's it. Life and death, destiny, great deeds, answers to mysteries, a search for one's true path. The mind can comprehend all of these, and then such concepts can be written down as a sequence of formulas, a series of lines, a chain of thought. Still, a moment always comes when it is time to wrap up, to reach a conclusion, to put a period at the end of the last sentence. The impossible rift, the bleeding wound that had tormented all of Galarian for 100 years, has finally healed. The great deed had demanded a great sacrifice, the life of the one known as the commander of the Fifth Crusade. His cause and his death shook minds and souls not just on Galarian and in the Abyss, but on other planes as well, and even in the halls of the gods. The impact of the commander made upon the world was not confined to elimination of the wound. Across all of Galarian, thousands of hearts were now aglow with the light of compassion. Songs and legends about the commander spread across the nations and cities, giving hope to the despondent, urging people to help each other in times of need. The Holy Wardens preserved their brotherhood and would often launch raids against cultists and demons who still skulked about the land. The two seasoned paladins, Yaniel and Berenger, came to enjoy each other's company both in battle and in peace. Their age, similar personalities, and unusual fate brought them closer together. Wherever they appeared, they would always be followed by a crowd of young warriors and curious onlookers, all of whom craved to hear their stories or imbibe some of their wisdom and skill. Eleandra, who had given almost her entire life over to duty, devoted herself to the revival of the former land of Sarkoris. Temples of Pulora, and other Sarkorian deities opened their doors once more, and the priests were eager to help heal the wounds of the people in the land. Although the commander became the symbol of the Fifth Crusade, there were still those among the Crusaders who were dissatisfied with his decisions. Years later, their words served as the basis for many alternate versions of the history of the struggle against the World War. With the conclusion of the war, Dresden, the heroic fortress of the Crusaders, began to wane in importance. The memories of their gruesome battles faded, the deeds of the brave were forgotten. A mere century later, Dresden had once again become just another northern garrison, and the legacy of the Fifth Crusade began to slip into obscurity. Queen Galfrey returned to Nerosian with the intent to rule Mendev as before, but as it turned out, Mendevian society was hungry for change. The war-ravaged nation desired new leadership, but the queen would not countenance yielding her authority to anyone else. She believed her duty to her homeland had not yet been fulfilled. Quite a few Mendevians wanted to see Darren Arendelle inherit the throne. Well, there's a shocker for them. Upon his return to Canabras, Holrun ranted and raged against those who had been governing the city in his absence. But contrary to all expectations, Holrun's inquisitors were far less vicious than in the days past. It seemed the time he had spent fighting in the Fifth Crusade had tempered him somewhat. I don't believe that. The ward stones from the chain that once guarded the borders of Mended were carefully disassembled one by one. The angels that had been trapped inside returned to heaven to heal their wounded spirits and prepare for new battles against evil. The victory over the World Wound changed many things, not just on Galarian, but in the Midnight Isles as well. Nocticula spent many days pondering the words of a certain young and fearless prophet. Before long, the Lady in Shadow openly renounced her realm and named herself the Redeemer Queen. This revolt against her own demonic nature transformed Nocticula, severed her ties to the Abyss, and brought her to Elysium. There, upon creating a realm named Midnight's Palette, the Redeemer Queen attained divine power and became the patroness of exiles. The now vacant throne was instantly seized by Shamira the Ardent Dream. However, her power could not compare to the might of the Lady in Shadow. The Midnight Isles, which had become a tempting prize for many demons, were plunged into chaos. The Demon Lord Baphomet suffered a defeat. The World Wound was closed, and the convenient passage to Galarian was sealed along with it. Baphomet shifted his attention to the realms of the other Demon Lords. A cell of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth was soon discovered in Elutionera. The Demon Lord Descari suffered a defeat. He bided his time, continuing to plot his invasion of Galarian, and after that, of Heaven itself. The cultists that remained on Galarian went mad, one after another, tortured by the nightmarish dreams the Lord sent them. The commander's escapades on Lucianaria left a lasting impression on its Denzians. The Battle Abyss became the main arena, not just of Lucianaria, but of the entire Abyss. Visitors from every corner of the plane flocked there to watch or take part in the spectacles put on by Irma, whose new goal was to arrange a fight between Pazuzu and Lamashtu. The unrelenting killer and vigilante known as Red Mask continued her purge of Elutionera and assembled a full squad of Aasimar assassins. Demons enjoyed listening to stories of their bloody exploits, that is, until the assassins came to collect their heads. The place where the commander's camp had once stood became a symbol of freedom for runaway slaves in the Abyss. They flocked to the Nexus by the hundreds and erected a real fortress, which held out against several assaults by the slavers. Eleandra returned to the Temple of Peluro's Fall and resumed her services to her goddess. Pilgrims began to arrive, both to worship the goddess and honor the memory of the fallen defenders who had held the line in obscurity for over a century. Many of those pilgrims remained at the temple and helped to restore it and purge the surrounding lands of the undead. Slowly, life began to return to Socorus. Gasmira was true to her word. The Winter Sun clan left the land of their ancestors. Once they had left the borders of the former Sarkoris, the clan split into several branches. One went to the wildlands of Numeria, others set off for free of Arisia. A small group led by Gasmira chose to travel to Andoran, where they were lost among the many refugees fleeing over other lands and other wars. The Winter Sun clan ceased to be. The Tyrabades were adamant about retiring from military service, leaving it all behind and escaping together. But urgent Eagle Watch business forced them to stay for a week, then for a month, and then for many years. Even as Anevia cursed their lot, however, her eyes would shine with pride, for she was always the first to admit that Irabeth was not the kind of person who would just up and retire. The Abyssal boy named Zorges did not stay long on the material plane. Unable to ignore the sense of otherness he felt among mortals, he chose to return to the realm of chaos. But the company of demons likewise brought him no joy, and so one day he dove into the boundless waters of Ishiar and disappeared. Airship sailors sometimes told stories of a strange boy who had risen from the depths of the ocean on tentacles woven from darkness. At first, these fables merely entertained the listeners, but they began to instill fear after Denzians of the Abyss started hearing strange whispers in Ishiar's restless surf. Our return is nigh. The commander's decision to destroy the Numerian device that he had captured in the Blackwater clan encampment had dire consequences. Free of the mechanism that inhabited and controlled it, the mysterious core of the device soon awakened and vanished in a flash of magical energy. Within weeks, Numerian hunters began to tell tales of a strange construct they had encountered in the mountains. It was a skeleton of a machine of some sort, alien and incomprehensible, that had been built by people with hollow eyes. The storyteller, as old as the tales he collected, continued his travels across Galarian and occasionally beyond. He knew that out there somewhere there was one story he would never find, his own. Once again, Sela heard the call of the open road, even after gaining mythic powers and coming to face Face to face with a goddess and demon lord, she never stopped being a paladin and a wandering knight whose purpose was to help others. Ember joined the Redeemed Brotherhood. She never recognized herself as the leader or gave any orders. But her very presence inspired the former miscreants and to perform great deeds. Over time, the Brotherhood grew into a major religious movement. Its preachers took a vow of poverty and walked the roads of Galarian, helping the needy, convincing villains to change their ways, and entreating both good and evil deities alike to be more merciful to mortal kind. Soon after the war, the tireless researcher of all things researchable embarked on a new journey. She had a sudden urge to know how long it would take to visit every nation on Galarian. The only evidence of the events that happened to her during the Fifth Crusade is a short article in the Encyclopedia Galarianica, recounting the end of the plane merging experiment of the great Erelu Vorlash. After defeating the demons that had laid waste to his country, Ulbricht concentrated his efforts on Gundren, its only remnant. He helped Yasena Karene to govern the settlement, instructing her and the townsfolk into the ancient lore of Sarkorian rites and customs. His visits to the tavern to share a beer with the commoners dwindled, and he more readily accepted their worship, donning the mantle of a god walking among men. Under the guidance of two living deities, Gundren became an isolated fragment of the past, jealously regarding its ways of life. Darren Arenday embraced his new life, one that was free of the other. He became more mature, his smile grew colder, and his choice of diversions more elaborate, and he acquired an impetuous streak. Inquisitor Leodor's blood seemed to have left a darkness into Darian's soul, or had it always dwelt there. Whatever the case, in that darkness, he was free and happy as never before. To his own surprise, old Jefto became a war hero. Esteem and fame were shortly followed by great wealth. The tiefling did not let his newfound fortune turn his head, but chose to invest the money in several profitable ventures, and one charity for street urchins. Within a few years, his signature style came to include a top hat, a cane, and a bit of a belly. There was a lot of talk in the taverns of Absalom about the time, soon after the end of the war, when Woldriff appeared in the city in the company of Count Darren Arenday. It remains unclear whether Darren treated the tiefling as a wayward younger brother or a court jester, but he took pleasure in showing him the world. So much reading. After the victory, Silsila returned home together with his brother. Now a famed Crusader hero, he humbly officiated at a temple of Shellen, painted, grew sweet-smelling fruits, and made the best wine in the region. His kindly smile faded only when people asked him to recount his experiences in the war. He would not deny them, but he would speak without embellishment, so that not a single listener would feel tempted to pick up a sword and leave in search of a hero's glory. During the war, Socio met an engineer by the name of Aaron Keir. That meeting turned into friendship, which turned into love, and then it was time for the wedding. Later, the cleric would say that only the memory of his beloved had allowed him to cope with the terrors of the abyss and keep his sanity. Having received an invitation to the wedding, Sela was torn about whether or not she should attend. She felt her appearance at her friend's wedding would be a bad omen. In the end, she overcame her fears, and it was well worth it. Her stories and army songs were the highlight of the festivities. When he returned home, Trevor restored the Shield of Shellen to its place in the church and swore never to pick up a weapon again. He tried to rediscover his woodcarving skills, but his wounded hands betrayed him, no longer willing to create beauty. The tormented fighter lived a quiet and peaceful life, helping his brother with his vineyard, all the while trying in vain to forget the horrors of the abyss. Reginald Derange wrote a treatise on waging war against the demons, both a practical manual and a philosophical exhortation. And once that was done, he succumbed to the bleaching completely. He was posthumously reinstated in his order and buried with honors in the officers' cemetery. His treatise was used in all future wars against the abyss by mortals, angels, and devils alike. After the war, Greybar went off on his personal conquest. He traveled to Lucianaria and killed 4 candidates for the position of the head of the Assassin's Guild, whereupon he rightfully took the position himself and became a preeminent figure in the Midnight Isles. Under his leadership, the guild prospered, and the denizens of the many planes would shudder when they heard the innocent phrase, "sweet dreams." Rushley had changed her nature, completely ridding herself of evil, but she would not dare to live among mortals. She took up residence in a small house away from their settlements. Shortly afterwards, rumors began to spread. Some said that there was a kind of sorceress living in the cottage, or perhaps a reclusive saint, and people would come to her asking for help. She never refused anyone, and in time she earned their trust and friendship. Another of the commander's companions, Sela the Paladin, visited her sister-in-arms on a number of occasions to share the tales of her latest adventures. Their meetings were always joyful, and their conversations long and heartfelt. With each year, she spent more and more time in the dream world. The wondrous dreams where her beloved was alive came to replace personal interactions with living folk. She still helped those who came to her, but the chances of finding her at home grew smaller and smaller.
And what of me, the writer of these words? The half-demon witch known as the architect of the world wound. I was defeated. The victor spared my life in a gesture that was not quite a boon, not quite charity. I was left without hope, without a chance of finding a purpose again. I lived out my remaining days in an isolated cottage, far from everyone, needed by none, discovered by none. I have recounted the story of my life for you, Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Not only of my life, but of the commander's also. I believed the tale of such an illustrious figure would pique even a goddess's curiosity. Now you know everything. I await your verdict, goddess.
Silence hangs over the boneyard. Lady of Graves is weighing her decision, and it seems the entire universe is holding its breath, awaiting her pronouncement. Who would dare to break a silence so absolute? Should I intervene? I'm going to intervene. Your conscience coalesces into one whole, rejecting the oblivion of death. Your mythic powers are not entirely gone, and they entitle you to a say in this ritual. Planes have suffered enough. Do not add to the evil already wrought by another act of evil. I appeal to your mercy. Of all the gods, Amade was the only one to fight against the world wound. Even you, Pharasma, stood by and did nothing. Doesn't that suggest that the world wound was not so great a threat to the universe, and Erilu's crimes were not as heinous as claimed? Ugh, not the best rules here. Appeal to your sense of justice. Great evil deserves a commensurate punishment. Appeal to your sense of justice. Exists in a delicate balance. Every ruler is tempted to overturn the balance, which represents direct challenge to you, Lady Graves. So I have to roll a what, 13? 15 there, 13 there. I'm not going to make those rolls. I'll just see what she has to say.
You wrought great evil, while it stemmed from the evil that was done to you. Your actions far exceeded it. Your soul is dark, and there is only one place for you in the universe.
Bye-bye.
I shall send you to the abyss, plane of pain and fury, suffering and privation. That which you have done to others will now be done to you. So be it.
What about me? Aw. I don't know. I don't like that ending. No, I didn't go to the abyss. She went to the abyss. That was Erilu's judgment, not mine. No, that was her judgment. I didn't like it because Gimpy was on the pathway to being an angel, permanent, a real, actual, legitimate angel. I mean, there was little discussions along in the end hinting at that, right? You know, that he was going to be ascended as an angel or something. But when he makes the ultimate sacrifice, nobody saves him. Despite everything he did to help everybody, to be the good guy, sacrifice his own life to close the world wound, and then he doesn't get any reward. You would have if you didn't sacrifice yourself. But see, this is my point. Even though he sacrificed himself, he could have been brought back. Because, you know, Iomade could have done that. Slacker Angel Friend. Iomade could have saved him. I mean, that's what gods are around for, aren't they? That would have been the proper storyline, I think. He needs a soul to close. There were two souls who could have done it. Yours or I understand that, but again, once it's closed, Iomade could have come down and saved Gimpy's soul and put him back to life. I don't see that outside the power of a god, honestly. So your soul gets destroyed by closing it. Obviously, it didn't, because I witnessed Erilu's little trial there. So obviously, my soul wasn't destroyed. They even mention the problem that they even mention it there at the end that there was enough mythic power to keep his soul intact. I mean, if Gimpy hadn't been there to witness that little trial, I'd be okay, his soul is destroyed. But they specifically say that there's enough mythic power to keep them together. And not been destroyed. You could have reincarnated way before Erilu. Right, it could have been, but they didn't. See, again, this is where the story is not good. Because in all honesty, he should have, you know, as a sacrificing his soul, he should have been at least raised up to, you know, angelic stuff afterwards. Final part is just some weird thing the devs did. Again. And again, they say that the soul wasn't completely destroyed. Because the mythic power kept some of it intact. So again, they put that in there, which opens the door to being, you know, elevated it as an angel, which we're doing the right thing to do. Anyway, I do need to take a break. There were new angel job openings. Yes, there were no angel job openings. Let me say the soul of a demonic experiment. You're not a real angel. Wrong. Wrong. Gimpy was a real angel. Everybody was saying that. Even the angels were saying, even though your power is coming from demons, you're still an angel. They said that more than once. The actual angels said that. Yes, it was all set up. Making me do all the heavy lifting so they didn't have to. Oh, look at that for the timing. So... anyway, I do need to take a break. That took a little bit longer than I expected it to, but the good news is no campaigns for a while. That's campaign number 4 completed. What does that mean for going into the future on Sundays? We're going to... Rogue Trader is going to take this time slot starting next week, and but we will continue with the Treasure of the Midnight Isles DLC with viewer groups, which we will do when I get back from my break today, which will be still in the second half of the stream. See, done the way you say, though there was no indication that might happen. No, there was by they putting that line in. Get the party murdered by elementals. Yes, we will. Anyway, like I said, I need to get up, stretch some legs, get some water, check on the dogs. Be back in a few minutes with the Treasure of the Midnight Isles. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.